Hey, YouTube Nation. Rowan's got a little secret for you.
If you ring the bell and hit subscribe, you can hear us almost live.
And you want to hear us first. Thank you for tuning in to the Risky Business Podcast. I am your host, Russell Rockport, and I am here with Rowan Darkthorn. What's up, sunshine?
Hey, Rock, how you doing?
I am living the dream yet again, and we have some serious email action going on.
We are flooded with emails. I don't know what's going on.
We asked for this. I mean, we can't do anything but point fingers at ourselves because we asked for this to happen, and it's happened. We're excited. We're not complaining. This is an awesome thing.
That's true. It is. I am super excited to be getting all this action, all these responses.
Yes, me too. So let me ask you a question, Rowan. What do we have on the docket today?
Well, we have one from a guy who asks in his title, is foreplay really that important? I can already tell you it is, but we're going to go ahead and read his email.
I am listening with anticipation.
Good. It says, "Hi, Russ and Rowan." And they misspelled my name, but that's okay. I've never written or called into a show for advice before, but I found your podcast and I wanted to see if you guys had any advice for me. I don't really think it's an issue at all, but my girlfriend says I don't try hard enough to get her turned on for sex. I mean, she says I don't put any work into foreplay. I kiss her and help take off her clothes and then play with her boobs or whatever, so I'm not sure what she's complaining about. That I can tell you right now. Never mind. We'll just move on. She seems excited. She sure seems excited. What else am I supposed to be doing? I mean, she gets wet and all and seems to like when we have sex because she comes hard. I'm confused. Is foreplay really that important during sex, or is my girlfriend just trying to cause more arguments? I'm 24 and she is 22. What else do you need to know? Maybe you guys know something I don't. Thanks. Oh, he added his last name, but I'm not going to use his last name. His name is Jeff. Jeff.
Well, I can tell you, Jeff, that I think that you're missing the boat here. I think that you're absolutely not getting it. So I will tell you right now, if I was in your situation, I'd be so excited that I would not be able to see straight. That's how excited I would be because your girlfriend is asking for foreplay. And for me, that would be wonderful. If my significant other would say, listen, I want 2 more women in bed with us so that we can do foreplay, I would be extremely ecstatic. I would be all about it. I would be for it.
Rock, come on.
Yeah.
This is not the kind of foreplay we're talking about. We're not talking about adding people to the bed. We're talking about the touching and feeling and getting each other excited before sex. That's what we're talking about.
My apologies. Why don't you explain what your opinion is?
My opinion is you are cracked, but that's okay. I love you anyway. My opinion is that the more time you spend trying to get her excited before you do anything else is going to pay off huge. A woman's body is like a sports car engine when it comes to getting them excited, getting it revved up. The engine has to be lubed or it's going to freeze up on you. It's going to seize up and you're not going to get anywhere. You have to make sure that you are pushing all the right buttons, so to speak, touch her where she wants to be touched. And it's not just all genitals and, it's not all just tits and coochie, you have to touch her, her neck, play with her hair, kiss her on her ear, kiss her back. That is a big thing. I love having my back kissed. So there's all kinds of things that you could do to get her in the mood. What do you think, Rock?
I think that's some pretty good advice, but I'm going to ask Jeff a few questions before I give my real advice. If you don't listen to the podcast all that often, or if you're a regular listener, you always know The Rock is going to come out with some smart ass comment as soon as the vice is asked. So here's my part to the real advice, and I don't play around when I'm giving my real advice. So a couple questions I'm going to ask you, and these are obviously rhetorical because you're not here talking with us personally, though someday we may start doing that. However, my question to you is this: do you ever pay attention to porn? Do you like watching porn? Do you like looking at porn? Do you enjoy dirty magazines, so-called dirty magazines? Do you enjoy those little teeny tiny stories or whatever it may be that comes down the line? Is that something that you're into? If so, why would you not be into more foreplay?
Or maybe he just buys Penthouse for the articles.
The whole, yeah, yeah, biggest lie in the history of lies. Anyways, the whole point of this is when it comes down to it, how long is your sexual sessions with your significant other or the other person that you're with? How long are those sessions? Are they
Kind
short?
of sounds like it's a wham bam thank you ma'am, according to his email.
And is that something that you enjoy? Or would you like to have it longer, more extravagant? The way you do that is through foreplay. The more you are into her, the more that she's into you, the more that you extend that actual orgasm. For most men, it's one and done. And so once you finally get there and it's done and over with, now what do you do? If you can fill that time with the buildup, which is to me as good as the final ending, is that buildup. Being excited with your partner, being around, just getting each other all, touchy feely and feeling good. That's a phenomenal thing. And if you haven't done that, if you haven't gone with the massage before or get the massage after, and I'm not talking about genitalia, I'm talking about across the back, the shoulders, the arms, the whole build up to that, some oils, all that kind of stuff is extremely exciting and fun. And once you start diving into that, you will find that a sexual experience is even better than it was prior to you doing that. So I think you're missing out, Jeff. I think you're really in a situation to where your life could be so much more enhanced if you just kind of dig around. And you can continue to listen to this podcast. We will give you more tips and tricks on what you can do to extend that and be able to do different things. There's a lot of different things that you can do during foreplay where you're probably missing out on a lot of them. And that's what I believe.
I agree with you on that 100%. There is also technique as you go along. You develop your own technique for this or that, and you know what your partner really enjoys and what she doesn't enjoy, and you want to expand on the things that she does enjoy and listen to her cues. Women aren't always completely verbal with what they want or what they need. Um, she might be pushing your head a certain way or your hand a certain way, or the way she moves. If you do something and she doesn't like it, if she you just have to be very in tune with what her body is telling you as well as what she is verbally saying to you. We don't always have the, I don't know if it's the words or if it's the confidence to say, I like this or I don't like that. Especially, she says she's 22. Especially at 22, you don't really necessarily know everything that you like yet. You don't. I know that when I was 22, I didn't know everything that I liked, and the older I got, the more things that I discovered that I did like, and I also discovered more things that I did not like. So there is a lot of stuff to learn from each other And as long as you're listening to all the verbal and physical cues, you should be able to make sure that it's an exciting experience for both of you.
Well, there was one thing at 22 that you know that you didn't like, and that is being bored with your partner.
Oh, true.
Jeff, in your email, you have said pretty much that are they married or are they just a couple?
He says girlfriend.
Okay, so your girlfriend is telling you, in your words, that she's bored with you. That should be a huge red flag for you, Jeff. Huge red flag. You do not want your significant other to be bored with you in the bed.
Nope, that leads to problems. That leads to looking outside the relationship for what she's not getting inside the relationship.
Absolutely.
Which I don't approve of, but it happens.
So the fact of the matter is this, is you need to listen to that more than anything else. You did the right thing by asking for some advice and some tips, but, excite her, or get to her needs and figure out what it is that she needs. And you know what? You're going to enjoy this too. This is not just going to be something that's going to be for her. This is something that's going to be for you as well. I know, especially
completely
at a young age, it was all about the orgasm. Yeah. I remember that. I remember being young and crazy about that orgasm, but once life started getting a little bit more intimate, actually I enjoyed less of the orgasm and more of the buildup. So, Jeff, good luck to you. That concludes our show for this episode. If you have any questions that you want The Rock or Rowan to answer, please feel free to go to
riskybusinesspodcast.com and hit the contact button.
We make it very simple for you to send us an email. All you got to do is fill in the boxes and hit send. Right now, we're getting loaded up with email, so if we're not able to read your email on the air, don't feel bad. We will respond to the good ones and let you know that we still have you on our mind. Thank you for tuning in. I am your host, Russell Rockport.
And I'm Rowan Darkthorn, and we will see you between the sheets.
Stay naughty.
Don't be left out. Hit that subscribe, that follow, that like, ring the bell, whatever it takes to join us in the dark.
And you can come sit by me. I have all the cookies.